Hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Claricia Myers.
And I'm Roland Myers.
I'm sorry. He just does things to make me laugh sometimes right at the last moment. Every day, Monday through Friday, Roland and I come and share something that can be a pick-me-up, something that can help you in your personal life, in your on your journey towards your greatness.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes, people who are not content and settle. People who want to do more, they want to be more, want to impact more lives. And so we just bring a little something that can do that. So we had been listening to a podcast with Les Brown and Tony Robbins. So we're going to focus more on some of what Tony had to say. And he was talking about thriving. You know, we as humans were not created or designed to be survivors. We were made or created to thrive. And so he gave some suggestions of what it means to thrive. Hi, Michelle. Glad that you can join Roland and me today. Thank you for joining. So what does it mean to thrive? He gave three specific examples about what it means to thrive. He says, great leaders are people who control their destiny. They control their future. You know, they take control. They don't just sit back and just let life happen.
They are managers.
Right.
You know.
He talked about sometimes you have people have fears, you know, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to stifle a sneeze. They are trying to manage the pain, whatever they're going through, just working on managing it instead of just taking control and getting on top of it, you know.
Right. So they focus on the fear.
They focus on the fear.
But real leaders really focus on what they can control.
What they can control, what they can do.
And because as he pours out, you know, no amount of medicine is going to take away that depression because you can't control something.
Right.
Or you're not in charge of something.
You know, and I'm going to just kind of segue off here. You know, I reflect. I mentioned before back in 2016, Ron, I don't think you're in the shot. In 2016, for us, when Roland had 2 strokes, and granted, he couldn't control things that he was going through, and I was trying to support him, to be there for him and help him on his road to recovery. At the same time, I was going through some challenges myself, being worried about his health and what could I do to help him on, you know, recuperate. And I was also dealing with a loss of my mother, and it was very, very difficult. And so being, you know, thinking and reliving the past, and it was, you know, you get stuck in a rut and you just can't seem to get out of it. And so what helped me, I was thinking about him, okay, recovering, you know, getting your body back in shape, it requires being out in the elements, in the fresh air, you know, sunshine, walking, getting the blood flowing. And I was trying to motivate him to that point. And so some days, most days, he didn't feel like it. But I said, you know what, I'm going to do it as a model. And so, even though he didn't do it, days when he felt like it, he would do it. Not really thinking about how it was going to benefit me. But it did, because me getting out there, getting in the fresh air, walking every day, and I need to get back into my routine because I haven't done it in a little bit. But all of that was beneficial to me because the depression that I was facing, it lifted it to the point where I was, you know, I had been seeing a counselor to help deal with the stresses that I had been under. And I said, you know, I don't need to be having that as a crutch. So I kept on, and I no longer needed to see the counselor. I no longer needed those antidepressants that were prescribed. And I said, you know, there are things that I can do, that I can control. And so I focused on the things that I could do. So that was very, it is true. Focus on what you can do, what you can control. Those were very good tips.
Yeah, I call those the dark ages. Those were dark times.
Yes.
And times of uncertainty.
He also said that if we focus on the things that we want, he says things that, be more appreciative, live a life of gratitude, strength, and commitment. So, life is a journey. And there are mountains and valleys, pitfalls, and that we all encounter. But we can't stay in those ruts. We have to find a way to rise above that. Right.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something else?
Well, no, you go ahead.
Okay, he said to find a way to get yourself to a point where you take action. You just don't stay just meandering and just like, let the wind blow you wherever.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you take action.
Right.
And then follow through. Sometimes we make a decision, I'm going to do this. And you start off like a weekend warrior. You do it for the first 2-3 days and then you slack off. So we have to take action and follow through. Our mind is directly affected by the way we use our body. That is so true.
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, our poor posture can affect our attitude.
Poor posture, you say?
Yeah, walking, slouching, and always looking down. When you walk, you ever seen people like that?
Yeah, and who was it? Maybe it was Les Brown who said, when his mother, when he was walking, moping around, feeling embarrassed and depressed, and I mentioned this yesterday, his mother said, "No, hold your head up." So see yourself like as a king or a queen, and kings and queens don't walk around slouch, poor posture.
He also says the greatest athletes, the one reason why they're so great is they have a sense of certainty about themselves. And I look at it what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now. But they have a greater sense of certainty. And, that's what we need to focus on.
Yeah.
By focusing on things that we can control, that would increase that certainty. And that's something that we're not born with.
Right, it's developed.
We got to develop and seek it out.
Mm-hmm. So Tony said, Roland right here. Oh, hi, Shakina. Glad that you can join us. I'm going to go ahead and tag you. I thought it was Roland's name there. But he says one of the things that he does, and this was the second point, he says these incantations or rituals, whenever he goes running, when he goes on a run, he would say these like expressions over and over in his head. And I'm going to just read what he says. He says, God's wealth is circulating in my life. So this is what he says every day. His wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. All my needs, desires, and goals are met instantaneously by infinite intelligence. He says, I am one with God, and God is everything. So he says that over and over and over for about a 30-minute period, and it kind of brings him in oneness with the infinite.
I like how he gives credit to God. It isn't him but God.
Right.
And that fits in nicely with our spiritual entrepreneurs.
He says also he envisions seeing wealth of love and friendship, impact, growth, economics. He says he sees wealth of abundance flowing into his life, oceans of blessings and abundance flowing into him. He envisions that. And again, focus on what you want to bring into your life. And instead of thinking what you want to get, think about what you want to give instead. You know, so it's not, life isn't all about, oh, I want to get, give me. It's what you can give, you know. And then the third point he said, to thriving is be decisive. Make a decision, you know, and that decision is the start of thriving, really, because it's a commitment that you make. You know, nothing changes in your life unless you make a decision, you make a commitment. Change your perception, change your appreciation, and change from getting to giving. And he says when you become, that's when you become a creator again in your life. When you are in control and you make the decisions about what you want to happen in your life. I thought that was very powerful.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys have any questions out there.
I'd like to bring up one other thing too.
Sure.
Talks about what a true leader focuses on. A true leader steps into uncertainty to turn it into something. They focus in on what they want and what they have, and they have a vision for something that, you know, they like to achieve.
That's bigger than themselves.
Yeah, much bigger than yourself.
Yes. So I enjoyed what I heard from Tony Robbins, and I really especially liked his incantation, things that he says to himself.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that.
Yeah. I wrote it in the notes, so you can get it from there. He calls that his 10 minutes, for 10 minutes per day, or for that 30-minute period, he calls it his hour of power. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we have for you today. I do have that link that I spoke about, storytelling, because here again, these, you know, those little stories, all of the great leaders, they have some little story that we can all relate to. And so it comes back to how storytelling can be empowering, not just for us, but it helps us to connect with others, you know, as we all journey through life, and help to empower us, make us stronger, make us better leaders. And sorry, I kind of get carried away sometimes. Anyway, so that's what we have for you today. Let's see, I don't know if someone else came on. Hi, Roger. He says, hello, my beautiful brother and sister. Glad that you can join us today. I hope you're feeling better. I know it's been a couple weeks or so. We can wave to you. And see.
I've seen Cousin Jay lately.
Hi, Fleming. It's a KD Fleming. Glad that you can join Roland and me today. Thank you for watching. Hi, Barbara. Hey. You know who that is, Roland. So we can say hello to you, too. Barbara. Doris. So glad that you can join us. It's been a while. Thank you for joining. And, Roland, I need to tag you here. So, today's Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday. We'll be back at 5:30. If you're catching the replay, be sure to tell us where you're tuning in from. Be sure to say hello. Don't just stop in and not say anything. We do love to know that we're not just talking to the wind. So we thank you for joining us, and you will see us again tomorrow at 5:30. Enjoy your evening. Bye now.
And remember, you the leader.
That's right. Bye.
Bye-bye.